Brad, it's been 1 week since we last talked. First of all, how are you and your family doing?
We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. We're leaning on each other and trying to keep Kate's memory alive, and just doing the best we can to put one foot in front of the other.
To hear politicians talking about your sister, I'm just wondering, on a personal level, what is that like?
Well, it's a bit strange. I would hope that people would reach out and get our views and our input in what's going on. My goal is that we have something that's put together by like-minded, reasonable people, something that is fair and will be agreeable by both parties.
Can you talk a little bit more about who's reached out? Because I mean, obviously, Donald Trump is somebody who was talking about your sister early on. I'm wondering if he ever reached out or if his campaign did, and what your thoughts were about him, about the way he talked about what happened to your sister.
You hear, Donald Trump talks about Kate Steinle like he knows her. I've never heard a word from his campaign manager, never heard a word from him. It's disconcerting, and I don't want to be affiliated with somebody that doesn't have the common courtesy to reach out and ask about Kate and ask about our political views and what we want. The platform that he's setting isn't exactly what our family believes in. We believe in the right for people to come to this country with the idea that it's a place where you can provide a better life for your family. And if you're here trying to obtain that goal, then you're in the right place. If you're a criminal and you're here to sell drugs, commit violent crimes, you should be kicked out of the country as quickly as possible or sent to jail.
And I think for a lot of people, that certainly seems like common sense. Do you feel, this is a hard question and you don't have to answer it, do you feel like Donald Trump is using your sister?
In a way, yes. Sensationalizing it is not the route we would like to go.
So your message to Donald Trump would be what?
If you're gonna use somebody's name and you're gonna sensationalize the death of a beautiful young lady, maybe you should call and talk to the family first and see what their views are, and go from there. I did send a Twitter message out that said, thanks for speaking out about my beautiful sister, a day or two after it happened. But it doesn't mean I affiliate with Donald Trump. I do not believe in building a wall or a fence on the border. Again, it all comes back to common sense and being rational. That's not rational. It's not common sense, and it's so far right that it just does not align with my views or the views of my family.
Brad, the San Francisco sheriff was asked if he would have done anything differently in the case of the man who admitted to shooting Kate, and he said he'd tell federal authorities to do their job. I'm wondering what went through your mind when you heard that, because that sounded to me like a bureaucratic response.
It's insulting. The fact that he looks at Kate's death as something that is entirely not his problem, not his issue, and the justification for that is that he didn't have the right piece of paper on his desk. And if anybody else had that excuse for their boss, that I didn't use common sense, they'd probably be fired. So I'm insulted, and it's back to the finger-pointing game. Nobody wants to take responsibility for the fact that the system miserably failed my sister.
Well, Brad, I appreciate you speaking out with us tonight, and again, our thoughts and certainly our prayers are with you and your family. Thank you so much, Brad.
Thanks, Anderson. Take care.